So I'm gonna do a psychic reading on Kanye West. Right now it's like mid-February 2022. So, okay. Alright, so I'm just gonna like connect with this energy. Yeah, I just feel like predominantly, if you think of like lava, like in a volcano, it could be like calm surface or like some like spurts of like lava shooting up. Like it kind of feels like that. Like there's a bit of like anger, verbal anger, being released, which is like, like lava is like hot, like the hottest presumably thing on Earth that's like natural. Like I know that like a nuclear bomb or something would be like probably hotter, but like anyway, like as far as Earth goes, untouched, like lava's the top hottest thing probably. Anyhow, so it's kind of like that, like where there's no kind of like reasoning with that. He's just making an outburst and people are just like, okay, that's for me, for the average person, like off the charts or something. Okay. The other energy I feel strongly is like his artistic, like his love of beauty. I don't know if he has like Libra in his chart or whatever, but he's like very refined. Obviously, like everybody knows he's in fashion, but like in terms of me just picking up his energies, like naturally, like it's not a put on, like it's really part of his person that he has like a love of beauty and design, like that is like 20% of his personality, I feel like. So that's always going to be like a guiding light within him. Expression, like to an extreme degree, also like what I just said about the lava, like also a big part of him. I'd say like 10 or 12% of him is that type of like dialogue with people. I'm just trying to like get to like see like him within him instead of like his outward expressions. I feel like he has people stepping into his energy in a manipulative way. I don't want to like get into like labeling how or whatever. Like there's various ways you can like impose yourself on someone's soul or energy. Generally speaking, not a good idea. Because like manipulation. So this is my dog, Dr. Disco. Okay, not a good idea to manipulate. Like you just kind of like want to let God like take the wheel, kind of thing. Okay. So, okay. This causes him a great deal of stress, and it doesn't really give him space to think. And I understand why he got like a place in the country to like physically remove himself from these toxic people who are like using manipulative spiritual tactics against him to like control him or like sort of hitch a ride on his resources, let's say, or his high vibe, his ability to manifest. So like just as an example, like the Kardashian family, like before they met Kanye or teamed up with Kanye, like they were totally different before and after, like in terms of like their style and like their productivity. So if you think of like a skateboarder like holding onto a car fender and like taking a ride, I kind of like that's the vibe I get of like the Kardashians on Kanye's moving car or whatever. And while it may be very painful for him to separate from his ex-wife because they have children together and they did so much in life, like side by side, I understand that, but like I think there's time for him to kind of be in his own energy and like gather his strength again, because like I feel like there's an element of the Kardashian family that threw him off his game, like in terms of emotional stability. Like I don't know if you go back in time, like he was not so stressed out, let's say, before, and then like after, very much so. So it's like I would say just don't like criticize him too harshly for the stage that he's at right now, because he's transitioning from being totally encroached upon energetically to figuring out like who he is again, and like getting ready for his next phase, which I feel is more peaceful, and is more about like beauty, and it's less grasping, let's say, like to run for presidency, or like to be in like a competitive, polarizing dynamic is like a grasping tug of war kind of thing. And like just being yourself and knowing that that's like powerful enough, it's like that's stepping into his true power. So because like he's connected with his maker, like in that sense, and he's not like other humans aren't like making him or breaking him, let's say. All right, so it's like interesting, like a lot of readings I do are more just about like interpersonal, for celebrities, interpersonal dynamic, or like psychological progress or not. But I feel like with Kanye, it feels like a spiritual war kind of that he's in. So he's dealing with or has dealt with people who make it their part of their life to spiritually manipulate people for their own gain, which, there's karma for that, like, for sure. Okay. Yeah, so in terms of just reading the profile of his, like, where his soul's at right now, there's like a 60+% of this encroaching energy on him. And like, I mean, my advice to him would be just be like, instead of judging people, just be like, okay, it is what it is. This is who these people are. Put it in God's hands, like, not your job. Your job is to be like your awesome self. It's like that prayer, give me the wisdom to like know what I can change and what I can't change, or whatever, that kind of thing. So you're not like toiling in the mines of like stuff that's not even your job, like, all right, Kanye West. Okay. Yeah. So I feel like the friendship he has right now, I forget her name. I think it's Julia. I feel like they're with the things that she says, like things, like, yeah, like, don't necessarily like vibe with him necessarily. I'm not like condemning her or anything. They're just like very different people, and it's kind of like, for me, like, I tend to make friends with people who are also intuitive, because then if I jump from subject to subject like randomly, they can kind of like follow me instead of going like what because I'll go like future, past, like just everything's just like this huge jumble of information that I can't just like stick to one topic all the time. So similarly, I feel like Kanye thrives more around people who are like him, who like very musical, very artistic, kind of in that vein of like information that is like channeled, I guess. Like, you know, it's like beauty. Like, there's the world. There's like, here's my coffee. Like, this is physical, you know. Like, here's some tired, like some flowers that are getting older, but it's kind of like there's physical stuff, and then there's like how we see the world, which is like non-physical. So like the appreciation of beauty, it's non-physical. So like I feel like a lot of his temperament and stuff is on this like non-physical level of, and he needs to be around people who like validate and support like that type of mentality and stuff. So he might feel like I don't think anybody should judge him if he's just like wants to be friends with this person or that person for now. Like you know, it's great to make friends and do stuff together, and then like as you need to do other stuff if you need to. So like don't get mad at him for like breaking up with her if that happens. So I just feel like the most helpful thing I could say right now for Kanye West is like, I don't know if he has a bunch of charitable projects going on or not, but I feel like where he has his country place, if he could create like a youth center, which has like free music and recording education. That was my dog snoring. And that would just like, you know, like it's important for people to like tithing, you know, like give 10% of your earnings towards people, you know, in need, because we're not all like thriving at the same time. Like sometimes we need help. So I feel like there's purpose behind him living in the country, and like if he made this like beautiful youth center which allowed like underprivileged or whoever just open to the community musical education and production and like stuff like that, like, and that he, you know, can make some appearances there as he desires, doesn't have to be all the time. That would be like the most beneficial thing, because he has a lot of energy and he really does want to be a leader, and definitely like the youth, a lot of youth need leadership, especially artistic inspiration and like skills and stuff, because it's, we can't just only be like breaking rocks every day. Like we need to also engage in like the beauty of life and stuff, and trusting our instincts and feeling whole in that sense, because we're not just physical, we're spiritual and physical. So that's my reading on Kanye West. And if you guys have like a suggestion, feel free to email me at lauracrapo@gmail.com. And if you want like a private reading or a distance healing, or both distance healing and psychic reading, like I do all that stuff, feel free to contact me. I hope you have a good day. Bye.